This is Kugan Cassius for Eiffel TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. We're at the Matchroom Gym here, somewhere in Essex. With me, I have got heavyweight contender. Do you like that? Contender?
I like that.
Contender.
Yeah.
Anthony Joshua. What's happening?
Good, mate. First day back in the gym since December 20th. First day back. Feel great. Give me a week. Who knows how I feel?
Did you say I form?
How I will feel.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I form on the brain. Yeah, a bit disappointing. Obviously, you were off the card. Fans weren't happy, but I think fans understand that.
That's correct.
You can't push these injuries and just fight for the sake of fighting. So the stress factor, you were able to move us, see a little bit of training today.
Yeah. So this is the thing, to measure it properly, great rehabilitation, physios, doctors, medical team's been perfect. So at the stage now where I've been ticking over in the altitude centre, doing my swims and my core to make sure I don't get too out of shape. I've already put on 2 kilograms since I've been away. Got a scan yesterday, come back with great news, said we're ahead of schedule with the injury. So I was scheduled to get back in the gym next week, so we're back in the gym this week, working on defence, shadow boxing before we get back into sparring and so on. So just still got to maintain it obviously, but an injury that could have been a chronic one has been shortened down to, I think, 8 weeks period of rest.
Been professional for around about 16 months now, I think it is. This is the second fight you've had to pull out from. On the sort of, I don't know how to explain it, but the progression road. A bit frustrating that you should have had possibly 2 more fights by now.
No, I wouldn't say it's frustrating because I think these things happen. When things are going well, I think there's always going to be hiccups in life and just got to be able to get through them really. I had a broken hand, healed up 100%, back fighting, fractured back, healed up, back in the gym. So these things do happen on your road to glory, but it's how you deal with them, and I try to deal with them in the best way possible, stay positive and get back where I left off. So injury when I broke my hand, took the time out, done the right thing. I'm back, picked up again, carried on the momentum. Back injury, we'll pick up again, continue where we left off. But it gives me motivation to push further, because what I learnt with this injury is that I'm around like people who want to be successful in life, who started from nothing, trying to work their way up. So when I'm around them, when I'm not training, I'm seeing a lot of my friends and stuff. They're really motivated and they're chasing their dreams. And sometimes you have to put your dreams in the hands of other people. You're a businessman, I've got an idea. Kugan, this is my plan. What do you think? Can you support me? Can you invest in me? Or can you give me this opportunity? You go away and think about it. My destiny's in your hand. What I realised with boxing is that as long as I come to the gym, put in my work, live a certain lifestyle, work alongside my promotional team, my manager, my trainer, destiny's written. I'm destined to be heavyweight champion of the world. So I just need to fulfill my goals. When you're doing business and running around, you're busy worrying about other people's expectations and what they can offer you. So the time I was away, you know, it made me realise the importance of boxing, and to be back, I don't see a problem with a setback now and again if you can learn from it and make you stronger when you do come back to what you love doing.
Since you've turned professional up until this point now, did you envision this 16 months going how it has gone so far?
So when I first, after the Olympics, when I first had the thought turning pro, I was thinking, God, I've been boxing about altogether 4 years, competing 3.5 years now, so I'm thinking, yeah, I'm at a certain standard, I can handle myself, I'm strong, I'm fit, but I'm not technically good yet. You can only gain that through experience. I thought I'll stay amateur for another 4 years, but then I'm Olympic gold medalist, world silver medalist, now I'm number 2 in the world, number 1 or 2 in the world. I thought, these heavyweights who I'm fighting, like 2-time Olympic gold medalists that have been around for a long time, are going to be gunning for me, and I thought, that's not really going to enhance me, that could knock my confidence if I start getting beat, because I'm at a certain level. So I thought, alright, I turn pro, what's the story of a professional? Turns pro, for the first 2 years or so, fights journeyman and builds his way up. So I feel that I'm ahead of schedule in that sense, because now it's like, who are we fighting next? Step up, step up, step up. So I feel that the 10 fights I've had at the certain level has done me really well, because as I predicted before I turned pro, I do need to learn. So we are ahead of schedule, and I don't think it's a bad thing though, because I feel confident in my ability. As a professional, I get one-on-one training now, and instead of going the opposite way, where losing discipline, because I'm left to my own devices half the time, I've stepped up my game and I want it more than ever.
Do you know, not when you're in preparation for a fight, but in your day-to-day life, and I know you will eat, live, breathe boxing, does the thought of losing enter your mind for however long? Do you think about the possibility of a defeat in your career?
Right now I feel unstoppable. Just my aura. This ain't even in boxing alone. Right now I feel unstoppable, so of course. But then I feel the reason that is because every day in the back of my mind I think about failure. Not losing, because as I said, you can gain an experience, gain from a loss. So not in losing, but I feel about failure. So that's always in the back of my mind. I think that keeps on pushing me on to do better and better and to become an unstoppable force.
So you're afraid of failure rather than afraid to lose a fight?
Yeah, afraid to lose or fail in life in general. Boxing is my core foundation. Without boxing, I ain't nothing. So, you know, I've always got to put that into place. But with boxing, it opens so many doors. So the keys to life stem from boxing, but I need to make sure I don't fail in anything else. So it's like, I look at it not just as boxing, I see it as a whole 360.
How different could your life have been?
Oh man, I was thinking
without
about
boxing,
that.
Without you told me when I come up on that drive to Watford that
2009.
No, this was just before
2010.
What, when you were first going into the
GB squad, I think.
Yeah. No, this was about a year before you went into Olympics, but you were saying to me there was a point where you were, I think we were going into the gym with your cousin.
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not saying it easily couldn't have happened, but
it easily couldn't have happened. My cousin, he took me. I was a half decent footballer, like every kid was when I was growing up. You know, I had trials with decent teams, but you know, I started smoking, drinking, enjoying the nightlife. Thought, you know, this football's too easy. You got 11 men to rely on. So we was banging goals in for fun, 30 goals a season. Strong Sunday league team. Then my cousin tried to teach me basketball. I'm not American, I'm English. So that wasn't really my thing. There wasn't a real big following for basketball, in my opinion. So I didn't really take to that. And by them times, I was young, making money. So I thought, you know, I've got better things to do with my time. Then I got in a lot of trouble. And then I found boxing. And it gave me real core discipline. You know, I'm a fighter anyway. So I had to fight through court cases, through fights on the streets. So I started realising that, you know, this can relate to my lifestyle. I love Mike Tyson when I first started. I used to watch him like religiously. And I could really relate to him from where he come from and so on. And it's interesting, I tried to model myself on him at first, but I was doing a complete wrong thing. But that's what naive is, and that's what inexperience is. And yeah, my life could have, honestly, I was thinking about it yesterday, could have gone down a completely different path.
What, a bad path?
Depends what you want to call it, but not the right path. I wouldn't encourage anyone to be how I was back then and have the mentality I did back then. No, I wouldn't encourage anyone. It's quite narrow-minded to what I used to think was success.
Yeah, like I said, I come to see you about a year before you went. I think it was probably about 10 months before you went into the Olympics. And there were people back then, before you'd won the gold medal, already saying that this is the new this and this is the new that and this is blah blah. And I said to you, you're in a better position to answer this question now, because back then I said to you, like, how do you deal with people putting that amount of pressure on you before you even got into the Olympics yet?
Yeah, for real.
But since you've won that gold medal, since you've sort of arguably the most potential-wise, the biggest thing that could have come out of this country for some time, that's a perception not that you're going to agree with, but that's kind of where I see it. So where does that pressure lie now? That you've actually won the gold medal, you are actually into double figures of fights.
I think that pressure lies now with that factor of where we went back to not losing, but the failure of life. When my route is set up, it's simple. You know, I've gone through the hardships, what I call hardships. You know what I mean? There's stuff going on out in this world that only, I don't know how some people are going through what they're going through, but they're surviving through it. So what I call hardship, I've been through my hard road, and now I've mapped out a simple strategy to what I call success. So the pressures of the expectations to be great, I think, only can lie upon my shoulders. The support, their pressure, or their pressure saying he can do it, what you're saying, people saying, yeah, he's going to be the next Owen, or their pressure saying I can't, is only fuel to my fire, because that side of people I want to say, you know what, we did this together, thank you for your support. The people who doubted me, I want to say, next time, think twice before you go and think your opinion is facts. So it just adds fuel to the fire. My day-to-day life is enough pressure. When you got people out there, you know, kids, and it's hard. Life in general is hard.
Do you know what I hear negative about you? Like, obviously we've spoke about this before a few times, but you know, people go, wait till he gets tested on the chin, and wait till he goes in with a proper fighter and that. But do you blame people for having that opinion about you, if that actually is that opinion? Some people will be negative.
Every fighter's been through that though. Who, no matter what, from fans from back in the Joe Lewis days probably said that about Lewis. Wait until he gets in a tough fight. Wait until he gets. It's the same. It's repetition. It's a big cycle, like, and I'm now in that frame. So hopefully I can get through that, get smashed on the chin 10 times, and come through and win. But you'll still have doubters. You know what?
Do you take it personal though, people's opinion? For example, if you said to me now, do you think that I would beat Deontay Wilder now?
Yeah.
And I said no.
Yeah.
Wilder beats Joshua right now, today.
Yeah.
In a year's time, I don't know. Today he beats it. Do you take that sort of thing personal?
No, not personal.
What do you think though about the person saying it to you? Because you said about, you know, think twice about, you know, having an opinion.
Yeah, then that's what I'm saying. I use that as fuel to the fire. So you don't think I want to beat Wilder? No. All right. Get in the gym tomorrow, start watching a bit of Wilder's videos, because I think in a year's time this is a potential fight. Start watching it, alright. Pressure, feints, double jabs instead of singles, rolling the shoulder, coming back. How can I beat Wilder? So it's not like, you know what, Kugan, you don't support me, take it personal.
But there's a lot of people that think like that.
Yeah, I know, it's interesting.
If you don't believe they're going to win a fight, that means you don't support them. This is why, again, I've been accused of fence sitting before and things like that.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy to do that, because if you call a fight how you see it, you become. I've seen like people.
But I think it's always good to be honest. That's your opinion. You've never said it's fact. It's written. It's written that he's gonna lose. That's different. But you're just stating your opinion, mate. There's nothing wrong with that. But not everyone will agree with your opinion. They haven't got to hear your opinion. It is freedom of speech, but you haven't got to listen to everyone's opinion.
So whose opinion do you listen to then?
My coach.
Your coach?
My coach and my core circle, the ones who have been with me from zero to number one, to not number one, but 0, 1, 2, 3. I mean, 1 where I'm at now, because they're the ones who've guided me to where I'm at. So their opinion is very, very relevant, because they've understood the process. That's where I'm coming from.
Your team, your small circle of friends that you have,
very valuable.
Your family, those are the opinions that you would take on board, not.
Yeah, because a lot of people, you know, or I might see something, because sometimes I do, me and my social media is half and half. I've got like management and I post some stuff. So if I'm on there and I'm like, yeah, you know what, he's right, of course, because that's a great thing about social media, interaction across the world. And that way you can gain knowledge. Knowledge is key. There might be something going on out there that somewhere across the world that I would have had no clue about if it weren't for social media. So I follow a lot of things on social media because I've learned so much. So what I thought I was doing right, I think, no, I've been doing all this stuff for the last year. I've got it wrong myself. So even though someone hasn't voiced their opinion, I'm already a critic of my own self. So of course, bring your opinion. And what I feel will work for me and what I feel won't, I'll always take him in, and the rest are, you got to sieve out the good from the bad.
I spoke to Tyson Fury last year in an interview, and he said something interesting that I hadn't really thought about before, but I kind of see where he's coming from. He said that people come to watch me to see me get knocked out because they want to see me get knocked out.
I was at his fight with Chisora and Fury. I see a lot of people cheering when he won.
No, but what he's trying to say is, there's
The doubters.
the doubter.
Yeah.
There's a percentage of people out there that are waiting for people to fail.
What do people say? Like people might say he's hype, but then they might say, you know what, he's doing alright for where he is at the minute, but wait until he gets hit on the chin. So there's that little sense that, is he gonna fail when it gets? Do you know what I'm saying? So that's of course.
Is that to do with someone's personality and their outlook on life? So
remember, we're in the public eye. I'm not doing my thing low key. I'm not a property developer or someone sitting in an office doing stocks and shares when all I have is my mates that aren't doing as well as me wanting me to fail. You've got a mass audience that potentially want you to fail. So it's a different outlook. You can't compare it to a ordinary person. You've got to put Tyson Fury is in the spotlight. So anything he says is broadcasted to thousands of people. So of course he's gonna have, where I've got a mate, 3 mates who want me to fail and 6 who want me to do well. He's got 600,000 people who want him to do well and 300,000 that want him to fail. So the numbers and that energy, 300,000 compared to a couple of mates, that energy is a lot different. So of course he's gonna feel that pressure, you know. But don't buy into it because it's really irrelevant.
What negativity have you felt or sort of perceived in your time as a professional boxer from either the media, from the people that pay to watch you fight, the boxing fans in general? Have you suffered any of that?
Yeah. Like when I was about 6 fights in and I needed to step up. I don't know what was a step up because I think the gulf in between domestic to world class is so big. So I'm thinking step up. So I'm looking at who I should step up. I think maybe potentially along the British fighters, then I need maybe, like as you said, like the likes of Fury and these guys was an automatic step up within 10 fights. I think that was the case. Step my game up. Then there was the good things like, what was it? Head movement. Of course, I respect that. That's what a fighter needs. I was watching James Toney yesterday. Unbelievable head movement. So I've come in the gym today with that mind, move my head. So just stuff. Some saying I need to do this. Some saying it would benefit me if I do this. So yeah, definitely. Been loads of things.
But you just obviously take it in your stride, take it on board.
Where I was going to how I flipped, reversed the roles to where I'm heading, whatever I get out of this boxing, I'm very happy. No negative come from this. No negative can come out of boxing right now. From where I started, I used to go to the gym when I was on tag. I had to leave the circuits early because I had to be home by 8 o'clock. Boxing was 6:30 till 8. You know, to go in there because I used to drop my cousin to the gym, to him borrowing me some money for boots, lending me shorts, to being, as you said, touted as one of the hottest prospects in boxing. Well, mate, that's a blessing. And it's sorted my life right out. I can't take anything negative from it.
When do you become content with your career?
That's what I'm saying. What boxing has given me and shown me is there's levels of success, like serious levels of success. There's no contentness. This is about legacy, empire building. For me, my kids, their kids. So this is about legacy, man. I can't sit down and be like, yep. If it was about contentness, I'd give up now. I'm in a much better state than I was. I'd be like, fucking, I'm doing all right. I'm sit back. There's no ending to this.
I had a discussion with someone, very important to me, recently, about that word content.
Yeah.
Now, I don't like that word content because, and I apply it to, I said it to you, to your career.
Yeah.
I think in life in general,
You can't.
if you're content,
Yeah.
that means that in whatever you're doing, whether that's your job, your relationship, whatever it is, if you're content, that means you don't want, whether that I apply it to a relationship or I apply it to your career, you don't want it to
grow,
to move levels.
Yeah.
Content to me means it just stays there. That's the content level there. So you stay there, and it doesn't move.
Yeah.
So if that's to me what content means, unless I'm getting that completely wrong.
No, because I was speaking to my mate about it a few months ago, Latif, and you know, he's a Muslim brother, so his outlook on life is different from someone who's a Christian or atheist or a Jew or Buddhist. Do you know what I mean? So his meaning of content is I have £10 in the bank. My job brings me £120 a year. It's £10 a month. I've got a wife at home. I'm content with my life. I'm happy praying. I'm preparing for the afterlife. This life isn't heaven. I'm content on my journey. Do you know what I mean? So then you've got someone who's content with his wife but not content with his position. It's different outlooks on life, and that's where we go back to the point of opinions. Everyone's entitled to one, but just because his perception of content is different from mine doesn't mean I'm wrong, or doesn't mean he's wrong. It's just where you feels right for you. But I'm not judging him because that's just my opinion. Who am I to judge?
I just look at it on it's like a stable level.
Yeah.
Content.
You have to be content. Like, mate, I'm happy with the car I drive, with where I am.
Absolutely.
I'm content with where I am. 10 fights, 10 knockouts. Make as many highlight reels of me. Tell everyone I'm the next champ. I'm content. But deep inside, I say, I want more. I want to become heavyweight champ of the world. I want to become undisputed. That's the growth, and I'm willing to go through that.
There's nothing wrong with, like I said, right now where you are in your life.
Yeah.
You're happy.
Yeah.
So, but again, there's nothing wrong with, obviously...
Mate, I'm hungry, you know? I'm content with where I am, but I know I can achieve more if I keep my feet on the ground and just grind it out for the next 10 years. I'm hungry.
I mean, I'm happy doing IFL, but, you know, NBC might come knocking one day.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Already got BoxNation.
You know what I'm saying? Sorry guys, I'm content with where I am. You're gonna step up. Listen, I don't blame you at all.
It's about stepping up sometimes.
It's 2015, man. You know what, we're in now, February. It's a month gone already. Your New Year's resolutions was only about 5 weeks ago.
That's another thing that's a load of bullshit as well. New Year's resolutions. That is the biggest hype job since, I don't know, whatever, because that really doesn't mean anything. The 31st of December is no different from the 1st of January.
Mate, every week's a week to step up. You ain't got to wait till New Year's.
Well, but people do it, don't they? It's where like the gyms get busy and people want to do, first of January.
I'm going to have my last drink before this. And
that's it. Yeah. Diet starts tomorrow. No, diet starts today. You know what I mean? Diets, they never starts tomorrow.
It doesn't matter of opinion. Everyone's different. It's mad. That's what I'm saying. Listen, I'm not knocking the geezer who wants a New Year's resolution, but it is true. Yeah. New Year's resolution, in my opinion, as well as yours, is a load of BS, because if you want to do something, you do it now.
Do it now.
But that's my opinion. That is what it isn't. But that's why, and again, people who have opinions form a strong pack together, because we all have the same ideas and philosophies of life. That's why they form a pack over there, because they have it of their opinions, and that's why you have debates, because my opinions don't match yours. Who's right, who's wrong, and that's what's caused debate.
I always just think, just never, not be dissatisfied with where you are, because you should be lucky if you're alive to be 100%. Where you are. 100%. But to move forward, if you're ambitious and you just want every aspect of your life to move forward, then you need to, like I said, you need to up the content levels. That's what.
Yeah, up the content levels.
That's a better way of saying it. Up the content levels. If you're content right now, you want a stage 2, move it to a stage 3, move it to a stage 4. That's the way I look at that.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's enough on contentness. Anyway, you content right now?
Yeah. Got to get down to Watford. I'm content with the time, because I've said it. I've set things up to work so I can chat with you guys and the IFL listeners, so I'm real content.
Do you know what? If you're watching this, and I know there's quite a few people will be, just tweet AJ or me and tell us what
your meaning of content is.
Yeah, what is content to you, and what does that mean to you? It's quite interesting.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. You're going to get a lot of weird people.
Listen, everyone's perception and opinions of life is different. There's some crazy people out in this world, that have mad ideas of life and what it means. Not everyone's the same. We live in a civilization, that's what I'm saying. Our mind is dulled. There's some people out there that have wild imaginations of life.
You could be one of them people.
I don't know.
You're a deep thinker.
Yeah.
You do think a lot, don't you?
I study a lot about life. Yeah, it's life, the meaning of life, man. It's deep. The beginning of Earth, the beginning of the universe. How did we get here? Think about it. Really think about it. Anyway.
That's part 2.
We can go to part 2.
That's part 2.
So I'm saying, sometimes I think the platform of boxing is giving me an audience to express my opinions to. But you know, like with like Ali, he expressed his opinions of life, religion. What do you feel about athletes that are in a position of power, a position to voice their opinions to an audience, that use it to send out what other people's opinions could be the wrong message? Like I could be sitting there talking about fashion, bitches, cars, clothes, or we could be sitting there talking about life, understanding of debates, why two people have an opinion, they can't agree, they debate. Doesn't mean anyone's wrong, doesn't mean anyone's right. You agree to disagree. We talk about boxing, structure. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, what is the best way to use your position? To be silent, to talk about the little we know, cars, money, hoes, or to voice about your opinions of religion, politics, sports, the trials and tribulations of being an ethnic athlete and all that shit. What do you think is the best way to go about being an athlete in a position with an audience?
Well, me being the athlete that I am,
correct, you've got an
they're
audience.
in no position to answer that question whatsoever. But
yeah.
What I will say is that all them things you said now, it just comes down to the individual, because the way you look at certain of those things and want to talk about certain of those things isn't the same for another athlete, whether it be a boxer, whether it be a footballer, a runner. It ain't the same thing, is it? So it's down to the individual. It's down to your perception of all them things.
But listen, I'm a fun geezer, mate. Everyone loves a bit of hoes, cash and cars. You know what I'm saying? That's the culture we grew up in, but at the same time, it ain't all about that. So sometimes I think to myself, I watch some serious shit on YouTube, and I think to myself,
2 minutes and we're done.
I think to myself, my days, I'd love to share that, but I think, you know, it's a bit too deep. So that's why I was thinking about that today, is what do I use my position as with my small audience? What do I filter out to the people? So it's quite interesting. I was thinking that today, as you said, thinking about failure yesterday. I was thinking about the message today. What do I send out? So send that tweeting as well. Is it good to stay in your lane, talk about your boxing, which obviously everyone's interested in, but use that platform to talk about world issues and politics? What do people think is best?
I think for you, it's the latter. I think you should stay away from the
politics.
No, there's nothing wrong with talking about politics. Or if you have religious views, or if you have opinion on society or things going on in the world of general interest to people. But you sitting here talking about how much money you got, how many women you slept with, how fast your car drives. That can be perceived as a shallow way of thinking. It's not. It depends who you are.
What I'm saying is the topics. It's what topics are best when you have a platform. There's nothing wrong with me saying, Kugan, I've got my new Jag, mate, supercharged, this and that. But that's between. It's different if I'm tweeting, I've got my new Jag, what you driving? You know what I'm saying? It's a different perception, isn't it? So as you said, talk about things that are relevant across all boards. All boards. There's people in different financial states, but talk about things that are relevant across all boards, like the Labour Party coming into power, taxes, tax breaks, and all that stuff. Educating. I might be setting up a charity as well sooner or later. Hopefully become called Future Leaders, talking about like finance, education and money, because I think that's a subject that I'm not talking about how much money I've got, but how to manage your finances. I think they should teach that in schools, in my opinion.
Comes down to
that's what I said, in my opinion. I think it's important to talk about money, finance.
That is important, but it's like what someone can drum into your head about how to take control of your finances.
Yeah.
They can do that to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Like your coach can tell you what to do.
Yeah.
Come fight night, it's down to you.
Come when you get that £100 in your account. But if you've got that in your head, you know, I've got £100, put away 50, spend 20, and use 30 on my bills, and wait for the next one to come.
But that's down to the situation, isn't it? What if, listen, if you're getting, say you're getting £500 in your bank every month, so you can do that. You can say, right, I put 100 away for that.
Yeah.
If you're getting paid 10 grand into your bank, you can go, whoa, actually I can do that. What if you're getting paid £50 into your bank? When your outlook on that whole philosophy.
Same strategy.
Not necessarily.
Same strategy.
Listen, a 10 grand go along for
yeah, but it's the same strategy. You got your 50 quid, you calculate it. Everything, all your dreams mean nothing if you haven't got a financial plan. You got 50 quid. What can I do with this? I can do this, and save this. That's your dream's limited at the minute. So what you're gonna do is keep on building that 50 as much as you can, even if it's £1 over the next 10 years. If I put £1 away, that's gonna take me up to £1,000. So you know, I've got to sacrifice these, and over the next 10 years, I get £1,000, and once that comes, then I can start doing all this or whatnot.
Okay, you can
strategy. But yeah, that's what I say. Financial education. You have to be the same at 50 and be the same at $1 million. They say it's hard to get there. Of course, when you're at £50 building, it's even harder to keep it because you've got 10 grand and you think you can stretch further. But in hindsight, how many millionaires go bankrupt? Same strategy across the board. Same thing. When you first start as a boxer, you're hungry, you're determined, you become champ. You start going to parties. You start sleeping with more women. Start buying more cars. What's the route to failure? Complacency. You have to be consistent. AJ's philosophy moment. Hit me up at www.aj. That is real. And that's what I'm saying. That's what boxing's taught me about life strategy, life goals. And that's why, even if I fail at boxing, I will not fail in life. It's a 360. I'm not worried about losing. I'm worried about failing in life.
I've got a tagline for the video now. I like that.
Yeah? I'm worried about failing in life. There's too much knowledge, too much opportunity. Boxing's given me so much knowledge to fail in life. That's it.
Okay. Listen, I genuinely could talk to you all day. Tony Simmons knocked on the window. I think he wants to go.
Yeah.
So.
By the way, we're releasing these real soon. Blacked out Anthony Joshua caps. Come down, support your kid. Know what it is. Stay hungry, stay humble.
Can I have that?
I'm gonna get you one. They'll be in real soon.
Alright, this has been Kugan Cassius with Anthony Joshua here for IFL TV. Just want to clarify, I'm not interested in bitches, hoes, just fast cars and money. And I love my girlfriend very much. You're going to get me into trouble with all this talk.
Listen, on the next interview, I'm sure we'll talk about boxing. We didn't even really touch boxing too much, did we?
Don't worry about it. It's cool.
It's the usual. Take care.
Thank you very much.
Peace.